Hello, my name is Brooke, and today I'm going to talk about alternative desserts, specifically cookies, and why I think that they are so totally awesome. And the reason this relates to me is because for the past 3 years, I've been working on building a healthier lifestyle and going through the ups and downs of my relationship with food. And right now, I am learning to overcome my binge eating disorder. So, finding these alternative desserts for treats that I can have that feel like they're fueling my body instead of bringing it down is really awesome for me. So, into the cookies. I decided to use Grandma's cookies. You can find them at any kind of store. Their nutrition to compare to my cookie that I found on Pinterest. So, Grandma's cookies are 200 calories for one cookie. They have 10 grams of fat, 25 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein, and 110 grams of sodium. My cookie only has 120 calories, 8 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbs, 2 grams of proteins, and 22 grams of sodium. And, that all sounds really good for someone who is trying to diet because you'll watch for your carb intake and your fat intake and even your sodium intake because sodium will make you retain more water, and the less water you retain, the less bloated you feel. And after researching and finding something to compare to, I found some outside resources on why moderation is key when it comes to dieting so that you don't fail. And I came across thebusinessinsider.com where Madeline Perkins interviews a dietitian. Her name is Whitney Stewart, and she gives her professional opinion on how to successfully diet. Most of what she says is to do things in moderation, to not go to restrictive lengths because it will lead to a binging cycle, which totally agree with, and that we should promote more, making small changes instead of these really big ones because either way, these small changes are going to lead to change. And then I also did a little bit of research again, on other alternatives to flour because many of these recipes that I find originate from someone trying to create a dessert for someone who has digestive issues or an allergen to gluten or something. And people would use almond flour, coconut flour. Coconut flour is what I use for this recipe. And, different kinds of things to make different desserts, which I find so fascinating because they're thinking outside the box in order to make something that they find tastes good and that they can enjoy. And so I did find a quote that I really loved that relates to this, and it was, "Never go to excess, but let moderation be your guide." That was by Marcus Tullius Cicero. And I really agree with it. And so, I'm sitting here saying, hey, have a little moderation in your life. Don't cut the sweets out completely. Just find alternatives. Enjoy yourself. Have yourself a cookie. Because you know what? Cookies are good. Just try and find a healthier version. You don't gotta cut everything out. So thank you for listening. This has been my speech on This is Awesome about alternative desserts, specifically cookies. Thank you for listening.